Once Upon a Beat in 2016, Twice exploded onto Korea's music scene with Cheer Up, a song so irresistibly catchy it didn't just top the JN Digital chart, it became the anthem of a generation, sweeping up Song of the Year at the Melon Music Awards and Net Asian Music Awards. Hot on its heels came TT from their third EP Twice coaster, Lane 1, which reigned supreme on JN for 4 consecutive weeks, sealing Twice status as unstoppable icons. In just 19 whirlwind months after debut, they shattered records, selling over 1.2 million copies of their 4 EPs and albums combined. By the end of 2021, that number had soared beyond 7.29 million albums sold in Korea alone, and by late 2020 they had impressively crossed the 10 million album milestone across Korea and Japan. But Twice's ambition didn't stop at home. On June 28, 2017, they stepped boldly into the Japanese market under Warner Music Japan, dropping their compilation album #Twice. It rocketed to number 2 on the Oricon Albums chart, scoring the highest first-week sales by a K-pop act in Japan in 2 years. Their first original Japanese single, One More Time, released in October, further fueled the frenzy. That same year, Twice made history as the first Korean girl group to earn platinum certifications from the Recording Industry Association of Japan, RIAJ, for both an album and a CD single. Billboard Japan recognized their meteoric rise, ranking them third in its top artist category in 2017. By 2019, they became the first Korean girl group ever to embark on a Japanese dome tour. Globally, Twice turned curiosity into a phenomenon. With Twicetagram and the addictive lead single Likey, they became the first Korean female act to simultaneously rule the Billboard World Albums and World Digital Song Sales charts in 2017. In 2019, Feel Special landed them on the Canadian Hot 100, a rare feat for K-pop girl groups. Signing with Republic Records for U.S. promotions opened new doors. More and More and Eyes Wide Open entered the Billboard 200 in 2020, followed by Taste of Love and Formula of Love, O+T=3 in 2021. Then came The Feels, their first English single, which charmed its way onto both the Billboard Hot 100, number 83, and the UK Singles Chart, number 80. Crowned by many as the next nation's girl group, Twice's vibrant choreographies, from the playful TT pose to the viral moves of What Is Love, sparked countless memes, dance covers, and global fascination, proving that some rhythms truly know no borders. In the fiercely competitive world of K-pop, where dreams ignite and fade overnight, the story of Twice began not with glitter and applause, but with uncertainty and second chances. Back in December 2013, JYP Entertainment's founder, the legendary JY Park, unveiled an ambitious plan to launch a brand new girl group in the first half of 2014, the company's first since the debut of Miss A in 2010. Fans buzzed with speculation, fueled by February 2014 confirmations that 2 trainees, Lena and Cecilia, would be in the lineup alongside rumored names like Nayeon Jeonjae, Jisoo, later known as Jihyo, and Minyoung. Yet fate had other plans. When Lena and Cecilia left, the original debut plan crumbled, leaving trainees and fans in suspense and disappointment. Then on February 11, 2015, Park Jin-young reignited the spark by announcing an unexpected twist. The final members of the group would be chosen through a televised survival show called 16, set to air on Net. Premiering on May 5, the program pushed 16 hopefuls to their limits, testing everything from dance and vocals to sheer resilience. Viewers across the country watched breathlessly as friendships were tested and hearts were broken. At the finale, 7 young women stood victorious: Nayeon Jeonjae, Sana, Jihyo, Mina, Dayan, and Chaeyoung. But the surprises didn't end there. JYP Entertainment made the bold and controversial move to add 2 more members. Siyu, a fan favorite, earned her spot thanks to overwhelming viewer support, while Momo was chosen by JY Park himself for her exceptional dance skills. The decision sparked heated debate online. After all, they had both been previously eliminated. Yet controversy only made the debut more talked about. And, as history would show, Twice became stronger for it. On October 7, 2015, anticipation reached its peak when JYP launched Twice's official website and announced the group's debut EP, The Story Begins, featuring the title track, Like Oa. Described as an infectious color pop dance song blending hip-hop, rock, and R&B, The track had the fingerprints of hitmakers Black Eyed Pilsung, famous for Miss A's smash Only You. When October 20th arrived, Twice didn't just debut. They exploded onto the scene. They held a live showcase the same day, performing every track from the EP and introducing themselves to a K-pop world eager for something fresh. The Story Begins debuted at number 4 on the JN album chart and rose to number 3 2 weeks later, while Like Ua started at number 22 on the JN digital chart and climbed into the top 10 within 3 months. A remarkable feat for rookies. Even overseas, the song resonated, landing at number 6 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart. The music video told a story of its own. Set in a zombie-infested hospital, it combined quirky humor with bold choreography, capturing fans' imaginations. In just 5 months, it surpassed 50 million views on YouTube, an extraordinary milestone for a debut K-pop group MV, setting Twice apart as rising digital stars. Their growing popularity was soon recognized officially. On February 12, 2016, Twice received their very first award, Best New Female Artist at the prestigious Net Asian Music Awards 2015. It was more than a trophy. It was validation of the hard-fought path they had taken. And as the year drew to a close on December 27, the group graced the stage of SBS Gayo Taejeon, performing a powerful remix of Like Ua in their first ever appearance on a year-end music festival. It was a symbolic moment. The rookies who had once risked everything on a survival show now stood in the spotlight, hinting at the even greater triumphs to come. Twice's journey from cancelled plans and controversy to a record-shattering debut wasn't a smooth fairy tale. It was raw, unpredictable, and all the more inspiring for it. What started as an experiment shaped by public votes and producer instincts became the birth of one of K-pop's most beloved girl groups, laying the foundation for a global phenomenon that nobody, not even their creators, could have fully imagined. And this was only the beginning. In April 2016, the energy around Twice felt electric. JYP Entertainment announced that the rising rookie group would return with their second mini-album, Page 2, led by the vibrant single Cheer Up. Blending fresh pop beats with nods to the past, including a remake of Park Ji-yoon's 1998 hit Precious Love. The release felt like Twice's way of honoring K-pop history while boldly carving out their own. As soon as Cheer Up dropped, it rocketed to number 1 on the JN digital chart and reached number 3 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales within a week. By the end of 2016, it wasn't just another comeback. It became the year's best-performing single in Korea, while Page 2 sold over 150,000 copies, making Twice the first girl group that year to surpass 100,000. 1 year after debuting, Twice celebrated their anniversary by previewing One in a Million from their upcoming third EP Twice coaster, Lane 1. Released on October 24, 2016, its title track TT quickly turned into a phenomenon, topping the JN digital chart for 4 consecutive weeks, hitting number 2 on Billboard World Digital Song Sales, and even becoming the only Korean song to break into the Billboard Japan Hot 100 that year. By the end of 2016, Twice coaster, Lane 1 had sold over 350,000 copies, the highest for any K-pop girl group that year. In May 2017, TT achieved a milestone unseen for K-pop girl groups before. Its music video surpassed 200 million views, fueling Twice's reputation as digital queens. Recognition followed swiftly. Cheer Up won Song of the Year at both the 2016 Melon Music Awards and the Net Asian Music Awards, while Twice became only the 4th K-pop girl group to reach 100 million YouTube views with their debut MV, Like Ua. Their next MV, Cheer Up, reached the same mark days later, while TT continued its unstoppable run to 300 million views by year's end. Twice's rise wasn't just domestic. In early 2017, JYP announced Twice's first tour, Twiceland, the opening their first concert tour barely a year and a half after debut. Tickets sold out rapidly, drawing fans in Seoul, Bangkok, and Singapore. To mark the occasion, they released a special repackaged album, Twice Coaster, Lane 2, featuring the playful single Knock Knock. February 2017 also brought bigger dreams. Twice launched Japanese social media accounts, confirming their long-awaited debut in Japan with the compilation album #Twice, released on June 28. Just days earlier, they dropped their 4th EP, Signal, this time produced by JY Park himself, a creative reunion that added a new twist to their sound. As Twice fame soared across Asia, it was clear they had evolved from Korea's bright rookies into a powerful force rewriting K-pop's story, step by step. By mid-2017, Twice's story was about to cross borders, quite literally. On June 14th, the group teased Japanese fans with the digital single, Signal, Japanese ver, and a short but striking music video, cleverly building anticipation for their first Japanese album. Just a week later, they dropped the full music video for TT in Japanese, proving their signature charm could transcend language. The big moment arrived on June 28th. Twice officially debuted in Japan with the compilation album #Twice, featuring 10 tracks, a blend of their first 5 singles in both Korean and Japanese. Within 7 days, #Twice soared to number 2 on the Oricon Albums chart, selling over 136,000 copies, and on July 2nd, they captivated 15,000 fans at their debut showcase, Touchdown in Japan. At Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, their Japanese debut was more than numbers, it was cultural impact. On October 18th, Twice released their first original Japanese single, One More Time, which shattered records for the highest first-day sales by any Korean girl group in Japan to that date. Both #Twice and One More Time earned platinum certifications from the Recording Industry Association of Japan, RIAJ, marking Twice as more than just visitors, they were becoming part of Japan's pop landscape. Even the Japanese version of TT was certified gold after surpassing 100,000 downloads. Recognition followed, with #Twice and TT Japanese ver, each winning Album of the Year and Asian Song of the Year downloads at the 32nd Japan Gold Disc Awards. But Twice's momentum in Korea didn't slow. On October 30th, they released their first full Korean studio album, Twicetagram, headlined by the effervescent single, Likey. Shot against the vibrant backdrops of Canada, the Likey MV was colorful yet polished, echoing the group's playful spirit. Crafted by hitmakers Black Eyed Pilsung and John Gunn, marking the 4th collaboration between Twice and Black Eyed Pilsung, the song struck an instant chord. Members also contributed creatively to the album, with lyrics penned by Twice Korean members and Wonder Girls' former member Hiram co-writing the track, Look at Me. Twicetagram didn't just resonate, it rewrote charts. The album topped Billboard's World Albums while Likey reached number 1 on the World Digital Song Sales, making Twice the first K-pop girl group ever to lead both charts simultaneously. Even in the fiercely competitive US market, the album debuted at number 10 on Billboard's Heatseekers albums, surpassing the group's previous best with Signal. As winter approached, Twice reimagined the era with Merry and Happy, a Christmas-themed reissue released on December 11th featuring the catchy single, Heart Shaker, adding a festive glow to an already dazzling year. And on December 31st, Twice stepped onto one of Japan's biggest stages, NHK's Kahaku Yutagasan, performing TT Japanese ver, Live Before Millions. They became the first Korean act in 6 years and only the 4th K-pop group after TVXQ, Kara, and Girls' Generation to appear at this legendary year-end show. With charm that crossed language barriers and records that kept falling, Twice 2017 wasn't just a breakthrough year, it was the year they proved they weren't just Korea's sweetheart group, but true global icons in the making. In 2018, Twice didn't just keep the spotlight, they set it ablaze. The year kicked off with the sugary charm of their second Japanese single, Candy Pop, which dropped digitally on January 12th and as a CD on February 7th. The group quickly followed up with their first Japanese tour, Twice Showcase Live Tour 2018 Candy Pop, starting January 19th in Aichi and charming crowds across the country. By April 9th, Twice had everyone asking What is Love, their 5th Korean EP, produced by JYP's own Park Jin-young. The album sold an impressive 335,235 copies in its first month, earning a platinum certification from the Korea Music Content Association, KMCA, for surpassing 250,000 copies. In May, Twice proved unstoppable in Japan too. Wake Me Up, their 3rd Japanese single, received double platinum certification from the Recording Industry Association of Japan, RAJ. Around the same time, the group launched their second tour, Twice Land Zone 2, Fantasy Park, which kicked off in Seoul and attracted over 90,000 fans across 6 Asian cities. Twice also added a nostalgic twist, covering the Jackson 5's classic, I Want You Back, as the theme song for the Japanese film Sensei Kunshu. Released digitally on June 15th, the track came with a playful music video and a second version featuring the film's cast. Then on July 9th, they turned summer into a celebration with Summer Nights, a repackaged version of What Is Love, led by the vibrant single, Dance the Night Away. This song not only captured hearts but also secured over 100 million streams and 2.5 million downloads on the JN chart, earning twice dual platinum certifications for streaming and downloads, making them the second act to claim platinum across albums, downloads, and streaming since KMCA's new certification system began in April 2018. On September 12th, Twice released BDZ, their first full-length Japanese studio album, previewed by its title track in August. This release sparked their Twice First Arena Tour 2018 BDZ, starting September 29th in Chiba, and earned another platinum certification from RAJ, their fifth consecutive platinum in Japan. Back in Korea, Twice dropped their sixth EP Yes or Yes on November 5th. The music video racked up a staggering 31.4 million views in 24 hours, marking the seventh largest first-day view count on YouTube at the time. As 2018 drew to a close, Twice surprised fans with the year of Yes, a special album repackage of Yes or Yes released on December 12th, led by the warm, nostalgic track, The Best Thing I Ever Did. In Japan, they followed up with a reissue of BDZ, adding the song Stay By My Side, which served as the theme for the Japanese drama Shinya no Dame Koizukan. 2019 was even bigger. On March 6th, Twice released their second Japanese compilation album, #Twice2. That same month, they became the first K-pop act to hold a dome tour in Japan, the Twice Dome Tour 2019, #Dream Day, filling massive venues in Osaka, Tokyo, and Nagoya with 220,000 fans across 5 sold-out shows. Every ticket sold out within a single minute. On April 22nd, Twice unleashed Fancy You, their seventh Korean EP. The title track, Fancy, stunned YouTube with 42.1 million views in just 24 hours, landing among the platform's top 10 biggest first-day music video debuts. By then, Twice had sold over 3.75 million albums in Korea alone, surpassing SES's 2-decade-old record to become the highest-selling Korean girl group ever, and totaling nearly 6 million albums worldwide. June saw a dual Japanese comeback, Happy Happy, and Breakthrough released digitally on June 12th with contrasting moods. Physical versions followed in July, and both singles earned platinum certifications from RAJ. JYP Entertainment soon announced 12 more Japanese concerts as part of their Twice Lights tour, adding stops across 7 cities from October 2019 to February 2020. On September 23rd, Twice unveiled Feel Special, an 8th EP featuring the introspective, empowering title track by Park Jin-young. It topped Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart, Twice's second song to do so, and entered Canada's Hot 100 at number 82. Marking the group's debut on that chart and making them only the third K-pop girl group and 9th overall Korean act to appear there. Feel Special also broke the group's own first-week sales record. Capping off the year, Twice dropped in Twice, their second Japanese studio album, on November 20th, led by the pre-release single, Fake and True. By the end of 2019, Twice had sold over 1 million albums on Korea's JN chart for the third consecutive year, shattered sales milestones with over 5 billion yen in revenue in Japan, and ranked as the best-selling foreign artist and 4th overall on Oricon's year-end artist sales chart. Billboard Japan also named Twice among the top 5 artists for the third year running, while on Spotify they stood proudly as the country's 5th most streamed act. In just 2 whirlwind years, Twice evolved from global darlings into record breakers, turning concerts into history, singles into anthems, and every new release into yet another reason for millions to fall in love all over again. From global stages to record-breaking charts. How Twice redefined K-pop from 2020 to now. Imagine a world tour suddenly cut short by a global pandemic. In March 2020, Twice were headlining sold-out shows at Tokyo Dome, only to see their grand finale at Seoul's KSPO Dome cancelled due to COVID-19. But instead of slowing down, they pivoted to something bigger. A bold move into the US market. Partnering with Republic Records, Twice aimed to charm American audiences, and it wouldn't take long before they made waves. In April, fans were treated to Twice, Seize the Light, a 9-episode YouTube Originals documentary capturing behind-the-scenes moments of the group's world tour. A month later, they dropped their 9th Korean mini-album More and More, which smashed records by selling over 550,000 copies, Twice's highest to date and the best-selling Korean girl group album in 20 years. It even made history on the Billboard 200, putting Twice alongside K-pop legends Girls' Generation, 2NE1 and Blackpink. August brought Twice's first online concert, Twice, World in a Day, built on the innovative Beyond Live platform by SM Entertainment and Naver. Twice became the first non-SM act to headline on it, connecting with fans worldwide despite pandemic barriers. October marked the release of their second full Korean album, Eyes Wide Open, featuring the retro-infused title track, I Can't Stop Me. The album soared to number 72 on Billboard 200, surpassing their earlier records and securing Twice as the third K-pop girl group ever to break into the Billboard Top 100. Next came unexpected collaborations. Nayeon, Sana, Jihyo, and Chaeyoung joined virtual girl group K/Daeon, I'll Show You, blending K-pop with gaming culture. Twice also dropped their seventh Japanese single Better, and dazzled American audiences with a debut TV performance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. By the close of 2020, Twice had surpassed 10 million album sales across Korea and Japan combined. As a gift to fans, they released the haunting single Cry For Me, which debuted atop the Billboard World Digital Song Sales chart. 2021 saw Twice stepping further into global stardom. They performed at Time 100 Talks, starred on The Kelly Clarkson Show, and launched their 10th mini-album Taste of Love. Its breezy single Alcohol Free racked up over 20 million YouTube views in 24 hours, and the album debuted at number 6 on Billboard 200, making Twice the first Korean female act to land an EP in the US Top 10. Twice's expansion continued with the Japanese album Perfect World, and in October, their first English-language single, The Feels. The catchy track broke into the Billboard Hot 100 at number 83, and the UK singles chart at number 80, proof of their rising global reach. A month later came their third Korean full album Formula of Love, O+T=3, climbing even higher to number 3 on Billboard 200. Their fourth world tour, 3, brought them to North American arenas, drawing nearly 100,000 fans. Due to explosive demand, they added encore shows, including 2 nights at LA's Bank of California Stadium, making them the first K-pop girl group to headline a stadium concert in the US. In Japan, 3 sold-out nights at Tokyo Dome solidified their historic status, following only AKB48 in hosting a 3-day run there. In July 2022, Twice renewed contracts with JYP Entertainment, confirming all 9 members would stay together. August saw the release of mini-album Between 1 and 2, while 2023 opened with the English pre-release single Moonlight Sunrise, setting the stage for the 12th Korean EP Ready to Be. Breaking new ground, July 2023 unveiled Twice's first subunit, Misaemo, featuring Japanese members Mina, Sana, and Momo, with their debut mini-album Masterpiece. From cancelled concerts to breaking into the Hot 100 and topping global charts, Twice transformed challenges into milestones, proving they're not just surviving the ever-changing music world, but rewriting its rules. And fans everywhere can't help but wonder, what's next? How Twice broke the mold, from bubblegum pop queens to global style chameleons. What happens when you take the classic, cute concept and turn it into something bigger than anyone expected? Twice's story is exactly that, a transformation from bubblegum pop darlings into trendsetting icons who challenge, redefine, and rewrite the K-pop playbook. At first glance, Twice captured hearts with their signature, color pop style, a vibrant blend of rock, R&B, and hip-hop wrapped in playful bubblegum melodies. This fresh sound was a bold departure from the more retro or sophisticated styles once championed by their JYP Entertainment seniors like Wonder Girls and Miss A. Twice didn't just release catchy songs. They created an entire musical universe built around fun, youthfulness, and unstoppable hooks. Their visual identity was just as captivating. Think rainbow-colored outfits, cheerfully coordinated looks, and stage performances bubbling with charm. But Twice refused to stay in a single lane. In 2019, the release of Fancy and Breakthrough marked a dramatic shift. Sleek, bold styling paired with sharper, electropop beats and sensual choreography. It wasn't just an aesthetic change, it was a statement that Twice could evolve beyond their early cute image without losing what made them unique. That evolution didn't stop there. With every comeback, Twice delved deeper into genre-bending experimentation. Their 8th EP, Feel Special, mixed EDM shimmer with synthpop and hints of retro soul. The massively successful More and More brought tropical house, Latin pop, and a splash of new jack swing into the mix, creating tracks that felt both familiar and daringly fresh. Then came the full-length album Eyes Wide Open, a polished showcase of retro synth, dance pop anthems, city pop nostalgia, and contemporary R&B, all tied together by Twice's unmistakable charm. Yet what truly sets Twice apart isn't just the music, it's how they cleverly tap into modern digital culture. Take TT, the 2016 single named after a crying emoticon, complete with choreography that mirrors its shape, making the dance instantly viral. Or Likey, a 2017 hit that dives into Instagram culture, highlighting the anxiety of chasing likes and curating the perfect social media persona. Their creativity also shines through in their cinematic references. The 2018 music video for What Is Love transformed into a playful homage to film classics. Each member stepped into scenes from The Princess Diaries, Ghost, La Boom, Pulp Fiction, Romeo and Juliet, Love Letter, La La Land, and Lion, The Professional, turning nostalgia and pop culture into a visual love letter for fans. What started as a colorful, fun-loving concept has matured into a layered artistic identity. Twice still delivers catchy, danceable hits, but now with bold genre crossovers, richer themes, and daring visuals that keep both fans and critics guessing what's next. From viral dances to retro-inspired soundscapes, Twice has become more than just a girl group. They're storytellers, cultural curators, and fearless explorers of style. Their journey shows that reinvention doesn't mean losing your roots, it means daring to bloom in unexpected colors. And as the world watches, one question remains: where will Twice take us next?